Welcome to the O'Connor Elder Law channel. I'm your host, Melissa O'Connor. I'm a Florida-based elder law attorney who does estate planning focusing on long-term care needs, commonly referred to as Medicaid planning, and I do probate, and I do it well. Today I wanted to talk to you about the need of getting your financial planners and financial advisors on board when you are engaging in Medicaid planning. But before I do, I invite you to schedule a free strategy session with me at eldermeeting.com. So many times when I meet with families to begin the process of engaging in Medicaid planning, which involves shifting the way that they hold assets, their financial planners will panic and tell them that I'm a kook or that this is just terrible for their portfolio or things of that nature. And I completely get it because it is highly unusual. It's not necessarily something that financial planners are generally taught about unless they focus on dealing with people who have special needs or who are aging. But your regular healthy person who's investing for the retirement, if you told them that you were going to do some of the money moves that we put in place for Medicaid planning, they would tell you that you're crazy and that that's bad financial advice and not to do it. But once we're able to get our financial planners and the money people, your team on board and let them understand why we're making the shifts we're making, how yes, they're different, but the value that somebody in the family is going to be able to get from the Medicaid benefits, they may not even realize that this person's health is declining and the expenses associated with the level of care that they need. Once they realize how quickly somebody's going to blow through their money to be able to pay for the care, then they are on board with shelter plans so that way we can move and shift money. And it also many times gives them an opportunity to learn about different products that their company even sells that just, they didn't know about, weren't familiar with, but it's still something where they're able to help their client and move their funds into a different type of product and a different type of strategy. So that way their folks can qualify for Medicaid long-term care benefits, and yet the spouse that is at home aging in place is able to still grow their money for their retirement. This is particularly important when we have couples who have a larger age gap, when you're more like 15 years apart or pushing 20 years apart. That means that we have a person who's in their 80s and somebody who's still in their 60s. So while the age gap might seem not that big, middle-aged, when you get older and your care needs advance, then the gap becomes more apparent, particularly with people's financial goals and what they need their money to do for them at that stage in their life. So it's really important that you're able to connect your financial advisors and planners with your elder law attorney when you are seeking to put a Medicaid plan in place, so that way everybody fully understands what the plan is, how it's going to work, and why it's a benefit to you. I hope that this has been helpful to you. If it has, I ask that you like and share with others. And as always, thank you for joining me.